Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the e-commerce lab by Ecomcy, the place where I relate to Amazon FBA Pro Level and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of Ecomcy, and today we bring another special guest. His name is Jonathan Lee, and he's the founder and CEO of AC Helper, where they specialize on everything that has to do with solving your problems and navigating your journey in the Amazon space. That's why I wanted to bring Jonathan today. I actually met him through a couple of trips. First, I believe was an event in the Philippines with Amazon, then a second event in Singapore, I think even Vietnam. So we've definitely been spending a couple of time together. And the reason why I wanted to bring Jonathan today is because after seeing what is been going on in the space, there's definitely a lot of situations that people are struggling when it comes to brand registry, dealing with patents, troubleshooting, and hopefully today we can discuss some of those things and give you some guidance in terms of how you can navigate it. So Jonathan, pleasure to have you today on the show. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, Vincenzo. It's
Pleasure.
nice to be on the show, man.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, we're a new startup. We're AZ Helper, just to help Amazon sellers, because we're a seller ourselves. And
Yeah.
we started a few years ago, and it was because of Amazon brand registry issues. It was at that time it was a global issue, and China already had their solutions, and in Taiwan they wanted to find local solutions of, hey, is there any service provider or sellers can solve Amazon brand registry, because Amazon has been like removing it,
Yeah.
the rejection, and keeps rejecting. And then one of the Amazon employees found us and was like, "Hey, Jonathan, can you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, my lawyer in the US can do it." So then we worked together and became AZ Helper. And currently, we helped over 1,000 people, 1,000 brands in Taiwan and other countries, many all in Taiwan, 1,000 brands in getting Amazon brand registry approved, and our success rate is 100%. So it's like
Wow.
we go through the process one by
Yeah.
one, and then go see the files that they um, prepare, and then guide them through one-on-one online through Google Meet or Teams if they need
Good.
have it.
That's great. I think that that's such a nice initiative because I agree. Brand registry and things that have to do with troubleshooting Amazon is such a headache, and on top of that, is a lot of people don't know how to do it. So having the opportunity of deal with experts like yourself is like definitely such added value because we all know like having an account suspended or not having protection on a brand is some of the worst things you can experience. So it's definitely an added bonus. Now tell us a little bit. Let's start, I guess, with the brand registry because I feel the brand registry people do a lot of mistakes when it comes to that. Like, what are some of the latest things you're seeing when it comes to brand registry? One of the biggest mistakes or issues people are encountering, if you can mention some.
Oh yeah, for sure. Before that, I would like to say that is that Amazon brand registry, we do it for free. We have
Oh,
SOPs. It's all for
okay.
free. It's all for free. So all of the 1,000 brands that we help, we did it for free.
Wow.
So it's like,
Now I think now everybody listening to this episode, they're gonna all reach out to you.
because
So-
it's not, it's just paperwork for Amazon.
yeah,
You need to prove that you own the trademark or you have authorization from a brand owner. It's like you
yeah,
can use this brand and enroll it to Amazon. So most of
yes.
the time, there's four to five issues that commonly will make mistakes.
Okay.
One is that the trademark, if it's not yours, you enroll it, you're going to get rejected for sure. If it's
Mm,
someone else's, you need a brand authorization letter. Um, we call it LOA, letter of authorization. We also have a
mm,
template for that. And you just need to have both parties sign it and then submit to Amazon, and it would, and all of the other processes. The other
okay.
thing is the images that you provide to Amazon may, it cannot be, what I say, it cannot be Photoshop or cropped.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it has to be real live image or product packaging with your logo on it. And if you don't, Amazon will just reject you. The third
yeah.
thing is the invoices and manufacturer agreements. So
Okay.
sometimes like it's not clear or it's too blurry, they will also reject it. And if there's one little thing that they see is not okay,
Hmm.
the Amazon employees that is vetting the Amazon brand registry enrollment, they will just reject it
Hmm.
automatically. And if you get rejected too many times, they would think that okay, um, your account is kind of fishy. We're not going to give you Amazon brand registry anymore, and you cannot even log in or enroll it. But your seller account is still active. It's that brand registry you cannot go in. So do not keep submitting. You have to read and double check all of the paperwork and information that you need to provide. The last thing is your account has to be fully active. There's
Hmm.
like especially new sellers, they forgot to put in payment, which is for example, maybe World First or Payoneer account
Yeah.
information, your bank account into Amazon. That's one thing. Another is tax information and business information. You're not fully active. If your account is not fully active for over 48 hours, during the brand registry enrollment after you submit, they would think that your account is inactive or there's some kind of issues. And they will also use that to reject your account. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Cool. I
Uh,
want to tap very quickly on the first one, the images. A lot of people do that, which is a huge mistake. They use Photoshop and all of that. Like people don't understand that Amazon has technology actually to now identify that. And if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the worst kind of things to do because if you start falsifying documentation, I think once you get suspended, there's no coming back, right? When it comes to that.
no, you would need to do make another account entity and stuff like that. And it's like you're lying to Amazon. And if you're using Photoshop, that's just fake. So
Yeah.
they would just reject you, and then it's in the system. So if you apply again, they will know like, okay, this person got rejected because they used a Photoshop photo. And then if you do it a second time and third time, you might not be able to apply for the fourth time or the next time you do it.
Yeah. True. True. Now, when it comes to the brand raising process, like so another thing that I hear that is a big issue is sometimes when you're doing the application and even if you're submitting all the documentation correctly, sometimes people might still encounter issues like depending on where your trademark is being registered or Amazon are recognizing that kind of application number. Is that something that still happens nowadays, like still having issues to recognize certain trademarks depending on the country, or is becoming more streamlined when it comes to that?
As long as your trademark is filed legally, there's no
Mhm.
issues with the lawyer. Like there was blacklist, lawyer list.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
gonna
was not.
mention. There was a blacklist and something like that
Yeah.
happening. Yeah,
It, if your lawyer was those blacklisted, no matter how many times you submit, it's not going to work. You need to file a brand new trademark in that country with a good lawyer. Like
mm,
that doesn't is not on that blacklist,
yeah,
and you would be able to succeed 100%.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Another thing as well I want to bring to the table is when it comes to doing all this application or trademark and everything with Amazon, is there any specific kind of specific time throughout the journey that people should do it? Because some people might create first their listings, and once they have the listings fully created, then they do the brand registry. But then it can create issues to link the brand with the listings. It's a huge headache. So what is your recommendation like when it comes to that?
Please do not do that. the,
Yeah.
the thing is, in short, is Seller Central and Brand Registry. They are two different
Mm,
departments,
yeah,
and Amazon is a big company. So if you want two different departments to to link together, is
it's difficult.
going to be very hard. And I had so many like brand owners. They came to me like, "Hey, I listed products through
Hmm.
5565 error code and go in
Yeah,
and list the products under the brand name, not generic, under the brand name without brand registry." And over time, they want to enroll brand registry and then want to connect to the account. It took over 6 months
Wow.
to connect. And there's many issues, which is one, the brand store link. When you click on a brand store, it might not, there's no brand store. The other thing is not every SKU, every ASIN that in your account is connected, which means that some of the ASINs might have A plus content, some of them they might not. And you would need to file another multiple cases with Amazon just to get that open and linked to tell Amazon, hey, we have brand registry. Please link it to this ASIN and this ASIN. And sometimes if you give them 5 to 10 or 10 or more ASINs, they might only do a few.
Wow.
So you need
I
to waste a
know,
lot
I
of
know.
time. It's not worth
It's
it.
a huge headache, yeah. Because the thing is, people think because I'm sure you hear this all the time. People say, "No, I'm just gonna do my listing, start selling, and then down the line when I have more money or I can, I'm just gonna do the adding the brand." But it's so difficult to then add a brand afterwards, or even change the brand altogether. That's another thing that I wanted
Oh
to ask
man,
you. Like
that's another thing.
when like people, let's say they have a brand name and they want to change their brand, like it's pretty much impossible, right?
Right now, Amazon cannot do it. Even Amazon internally, even Amazon employees, they can with higher level, they cannot do it.
Yeah,
It's not possible anymore.
yeah.
Previously, a few years ago, you can use full update or even opening cases, seller support. They can help you with that.
Hmm.
But right now, it's not possible.
Yeah, yeah. Now, another thing I wanted to bring to the table is when it comes to brand registry, another issues I see sometimes people struggling with is how to use it correctly to defend themselves against copycats and things like that. Like I see all
Mm,
the time, for example, people trying to use brand registry to take other listings down, like because they're copying the branding, the images, and things like that. But let's be honest, sometimes brand registry is very slow when it comes to it. Like they don't sometimes practically take action on taking or listings protecting your brand. So is there any recommendation when it comes to escalating this? Because given that is different teams that the actual sales central team, like sometimes communication is very slow and all of that. So and I guess that's why people sometimes get to you, because it's very frustrating. So what is your recommendation to streamline this as fast as possible? Yeah.
so that's why we also give out free SOP for that too. So it's very easy as long as you have brand registry and you have trademark in Amazon brand registry, and you can prove that they did a trademark infringement or patent infringement or copyright infringement. Then you would be able to use Amazon's brand registry's tool, report tool, which is called report a violation, short for RAB.
Okay.
You file it, and normally within 48 hours, as long as your case is strong and they accept it, the people that are infringing on your products or on your brand, it's going to be gone within 48 hours. If not, there's another escalation button in Amazon brand registry, and you can escalate the case and you can
Mm,
continue to escalate with Amazon. But it will take a little bit longer if you do that way.
okay.
But it should be
Okay.
done.
Cool. Cool. Nice. Now another thing I want to bring to the table is patents, okay? Because right now we've been talking mainly about trademarks and protection on the brand side of things, but patents also a big issue. Sometimes, especially Amazon sellers tend to usually go for what we call design patents, right? Because they're cheaper, easier
Mm,
to get.
yeah.
But at the same time, I have seen that it doesn't grant you as much protection as what we call utility patent. So is that something you
Yeah.
also seen in the Amazon space? Like it's getting more and more difficult to really enforce, we can call design patterns. What has been your experience so far?
So, just being very clear, like if you have design patent, a lot of people will just report. I've seen many cases report, and Amazon will accept it.
Yeah,
First, accept it, and then you would need to dispute it, appeal with
yeah.
Amazon. Hey, this is not something. But in Amazon's case, if someone reports someone using a design patent or a utility patent, Amazon will deactivate that listing, and you guys need to appeal. That there's no way of to like Amazon's going to vet it, and they will only vet it after you appeal, and they will take it more seriously. So then it's kind of a bad flaw in that sense, but it's also a protection for people that really have a utility patent or a design patent and enforce it. Because if they misuse this violation tool, Amazon will also revoke their brand registry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. Like people abuse it sometimes to only do black hat techniques, like taking people down and everything. So you have to be very mindful of that, 100%.
Yeah.
Now another thing I want to mention is what is usually the the methodology you would recommend for a client if, let's say, they're doing what you're saying, like they are appealing to Amazon, but it keeps getting rejected, and you know for a fact that person is infringing on the patent, and sometimes it could be only the people on the other side, which it can happen, just don't understand how to read your patent, or just it's not able to make any sense to take the listing down. Is there any other legal channels with Amazon to escalate it if the appeal process doesn't work, or it always has to go through that process to keep appealing a patent infringement? Yeah.
So as long as your case is strong enough, then it should be appealed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there is one case that it took months, and
Wow.
the client
Mm.
didn't want to like waste
Yeah.
too much time, and we just hired a lawyer and
Okay.
submit a formal document, legal document to Amazon, and
Uh,
the Amazon will also accept that, and it was
okay.
done. But
Cool.
the client has to spend money. But if you do
Yeah.
it with Amazon report a violation, you don't need
Yeah.
money. You don't need to
Yeah.
spend
Yeah.
money. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
need to spend your time. Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Cool. Now, I guess out of curiosity, what other issues are you seeing when it comes to brand residency and patents? Is there anything that is being hitting your desk lately the most in terms of issues, troubleshooting? Just trying to understand what other lessons we can get from you out of today. Like any other things you would like to share in terms of, be careful with this, avoid this. What other things you have right now that you can share?
So avoid infringing on any kind of trademark or patents. Trademarks is easy. Like you cannot put in Nike in your bullet points or in title SEO. You cannot put that. You cannot put trademark names in it. But patent is very hard to see, right? So you
Yeah.
can make use of many tools that is free, such as WIPO or even Google Patents. Just put in the word search mark of your product or description of your product. You'll be able to generate, oh, what kind of patents is already registered in the database. And before you sell, don't do it. And if you already are selling and you're infringing, then hurry
Yeah.
and deactivate your listing, and so that the owner of that trademark or patent will not report you.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And another thing I wanted to mention as well, when it comes to trademark, and I just want to briefly bring to the table, emerging markets, such in Asia, live, because I know a lot of people now have been talking about moving to those markets that just getting started. How does it work from a trademark perspective and brand registry? If I have a brand registry in the USA and I want to expand to, Amazon, let's say Amazon Philippines that is going to get started, Vietnam, and then we have Japan, Australia. Is that all global protection, or I need to do the application every single time? Because I know I get that question a lot as well. Yeah.
So Amazon's brand registry is globally. So
Okay.
as long as if you have one trademark, for example, in the US, and you want to sell to Japan, Australia, or other countries, Singapore, there is you can authorize Amazon US to sell it into other accounts. And but that is only temporary. You only have brand benefits in Amazon, but you don't have legal benefit and protection if
Hmm.
there is infringements that is being made, because trademarks and patents are localized. So if you want to do it in long term, normally I recommend people, like, if you want to do it, if you just want to test the waters, yeah, Japan market or Australia market, Singapore, or maybe Philippine market, you can use authorization first. And then if you do sell well, hurry and apply for that trademark or patent, because there's always cockroaches that they will
Yeah.
file that trademark in that country. And when you are going to file a trademark in that country, it's like, hey, there's this person uh, filing a trademark under my name already registered, and then they then that's going to be complicated. You either buy it or you either get reported by them, and that's
Okay.
happening a lot,
Cool.
especially if they go to using UK or Australia or Europe marketplace. A lot of people
Yeah.
see that US brand is really good. I want to apply it here
Exactly.
in these countries.
Yeah, I know,
So
I know. And I know when it comes to and then we can use this point to start concluding when it comes to getting access to brand registry. There's sometimes certain tricks because there are some countries that will give you a faster trademark. Like for example, the UK is very fast compared to other countries. So is that something you also recommend?
yeah, if you want it quick, UK 4 months within 4 months. European Union, we just had a client within 4 months, so I was
Wow.
like very happy. We're all happy, and it was like once you have a registered trademark, you can then apply for transparency program, which
Hmm.
will cover all of the all Amazon platforms and marketplaces. And if anyone wants to sell that product, they need to have that unique QR code of transparency code on that product. Or if they don't, they cannot sell or resell it.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great, Jonathan. So, I mean, thank you so much. I guess before we end, is there any last piece of advice or tip you want to share?
Um, Last piece of advice, I would say hurry and do Amazon. And when you do Amazon, sell on Amazon, file a trademark. It's not that much money, and it's a one-time thing. And yeah,
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. For people who want to reach out to you and work with you and all these things, like how people can find you.
just find azhelper .com. And yeah,
Awesome. Straightforward.
remember, it's free. It's free.
Yeah, that means the opportunity. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it's free.
So, thank you so much, Jonathan. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate your knowledge and definitely let's keep in touch and looking forward to see you upcoming events. Okay.
Yeah, see you
Thank
soon.
you. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.